Hey class. All right, since we had low attendance in person, I decided to offer something for in virtual today. I just got back from a yoga retreat for longevity and vitality practices. Almost everybody in the class was older than I am, but it's a good reminder of as we age to and get into our 60s, 70s, and older, to think about, some of the things that our parents practiced or didn't practice that might have affected their health. So one of the questions I invite you to think about as we're practicing is, are you more like your mother or your father side of the family, all your grandparents and aunts and uncles? If you don't know your family lineage, that's perfectly fine. Maybe find somebody that is similar, an older family member to think about. And then think about the things they did that were great for themselves, and also behaviors or practices that weren't. And then let's jump into our practice. There's a lot of breathing exercises when it comes to longevity, sustainable lifestyle, and our health. So the first one is called Robin's Breath. So start with your hands at heart center in prayer. And inhale, reach forward. Dip your chin to your chest. Exhale, open your arms. Inhale, clasp your hands together in front of you, chin to chest, and breathe in again, hands heart center. And do this a few more times. Inhale, exhale, open your chest, inhale forward, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And here's a good time to stop the video if you want to practice this further. Maybe do about 10 more of these on your own. All right, the next one is square breath, which you've probably heard before, but usually it's a square drawn on a piece of paper, and they let children draw their finger, or adults, right, draw their finger along the square. And so you inhale for 4 to 5 counts, hold your breath for 4 to 5 counts. Inhale, actually it's exhale on 4 to 5 counts, and hold. So in between your inhale and your exhale, there's a 4 to 5 count holding of the breath. So let's try a couple, and then I'll have you pause your video. So inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And I invite you to rest your eyes, close your eyes, or find a soft gaze. Inhale, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hold. And now's a good time to stop the video and do this maybe 10 more times on your own. If holding your breath feels really, just traumatizing, or if you feel like you're drowning, or you just don't feel comfortable doing this, then just simply breathe in for 5 counts and breathe out for 5 counts. And you can make your square into just inhale, exhale. All right, here's the other thing I learned I'm not really sure what they call this, but it's similar to a boat pose, which would be something like this, but we're going to be all the way on the floor on our backs. And tuck your, I gotta take my bracelet off here, tuck your hands under your low back, so come into a little bit of a bridge pose. My hands are making this shape under my sacrum, and it's supporting the heaviest part of my low back. I'm going to press my elbows into the ground, straighten out both legs. All right, and first try lifting your legs a couple inches off the ground. All right, practice that. Feel your lower core engage. And then try lifting your upper core, your upper body, torso, chin, head. My elbows are pressing into the ground and lower. So as we're doing this, we're going to practice that square breath again. So it'll be 5, let's do 4. 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, 4 counts hold. Okay, ready? And lift head and shoulders, neck, low boat. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Let's do 2 more. Hold the position, and breathe, and exhale. Inhale, feel the shakes, hold, exhale, and hold. And whether you are fatigued or you want to do more, feel free to do more on your own. The idea is you can wake up in the morning, you're still in bed, you put your hands under your sacrum. So we're calling this a vitality practice, right? How do you wake up the front side of your body, especially we're talking about lower abdominals, hip flexors, so psoas muscle, and how do you support your low back here while doing it early in the morning. So let's do it one more time. So lift everything, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds on your own. And exhale, hold, inhale, hold, and exhale, and hold. All right, I hope I got the inhales and exhales correct. Otherwise, you can always pause the video and try this a couple more times. So I shake a lot. This is my 3rd day in a row doing this exercise. She had us do 5 rounds, but it's just kind of on your own. When you fatigue, you rest. All right, so I hope you like that variation of low boat pose. All right, yes, so let's stay on our backs. If you have a yoga strap nearby or a towel, we're going to be putting it, our foot into it for support like this, and then doing some stretching. If you don't have it, you can do all these exercises without it. Bring your right knee to your chest and swivel it around in the hip socket, left and right. You can even do some circles and then switch directions with your circles. All right. Then straighten the leg. We've done this before in class. I'm keeping my toes flexed and coming towards my face, and toes pointed coming down. So just bending and straightening at the knee. Don't worry so much about the foot. We're just warming up the body. All right. And then take your yoga strap or some kind of towel. Slip your foot around it. A little bit of a hamstring stretch. Feel the femur bone root into the hip socket towards the floor, right? So foot pulling the femur bone into the floor. And breathe here. You can always use the square breath that we practiced in any of these poses. Okay. Then bring your foot across to the left side, keeping your shoulders rooted onto the ground. We're stretching, they said we're stretching our psoas with this exercise. I think it's a different position for stretching in. So we'll go with that. Breathe in and let it all out. Letting gravity take your leg a little bit deeper without forcing it. And inhale, bring your leg back to center. And exhale, come to the right side. Breathe in here. If you want to make this more of an active stretch, press your heel, your right heel, towards your left heel without actually moving the leg, right? Activating the right leg. Inhale, bring your foot up. Fold your right, take the strap away, fold your right foot over into figure 4, and then bring your left knee up towards your chest. A little bit of a figure 4 stretch. And I find that I like going a little bit left and right with this. I like to release my figure 4 and then come back into it. Find some juicy interpretations of your figure 4. All right, and then we'll add our Pilates element to this. Straighten that top leg, and then also either straighten the bottom leg, your left leg, or bring the knee bent. I'll do the knee bent variation since I've done a lot of hip work this weekend. And arms by your side, pressing your hands into the mat, leg circles. Inhale and exhale. And in class, we've kind of played around with lowering the angle. So instead of bringing my leg all the way up to my chest, I'm keeping it 90 and starting my circle at 90. Hope that makes sense. And one more. Inhale, switch directions, exhale. I'm wearing a clip-on microphone, so you might hear all of my breathing. Trying to keep the pelvis steady. All right, and then bring that leg down to the floor, straighten it out. Switch to the left leg, knee to chest. And bring your knee to the left and right. Explore how that hip is feeling. Maybe do some circles one way with your knee, and then circles the other way. And then straighten the leg. So toes pointed towards the face, a little bit of the nerve flossing. Point the toe, flex, it's point the toes when you come down, flex the toes towards your face when you come up. Point and flex. Also bending at the knee. One side might feel a little nerdier or a little tighter than the other. That's perfectly natural. All right. And then loop your foot through the bands. Feel the leg bone rooting into the thigh, into the hip, I mean. And breathe. Maybe try out the square breath here. The type of yoga retreat that I went to, there's no music. It's not a flowing type of yoga where you move from breath, with your breath through each movement. It's very much about staying super present in your body and feeling everything. So, all right. Grab the straps with your right hand and bring your left leg across the right side of your body. Keeping your left shoulder on the floor as you twist and let gravity assist you with each exhale. And come back to center, inhale. Switch your grip to the left hand and open the leg out to the left side. If you're looking for a active version of this, pull your heel, your left heel, towards the floor, towards the right leg, but without actually moving the leg, right? So activating down towards the other heel. I went into this yoga retreat with some sciatic pain, actually in both hips, and I left feeling pretty good. So I hope that we hang on to that open hips feeling. We did this 3 days in a row. All right, inhale, bring your leg up to your, and release the strap. Bring your left knee to your chest, and one more twist here. We might not have done this on the other side. Back to center. Left leg straight. And then variation for hip circles, Pilates, leg circles, is putting your right leg, right foot on the mat, hands press into the floor, and circles. Inhale, exhale. Remember keeping your circles below the 90-degree mark. Not saying the other way is incorrect, but it causes our quads to activate, and that's not my aim today. Inhale and exhale and pause. Inhale, switch directions. Keeping the pelvis as steady as possible. If you feel or hear a little bit of clicking in your hip, make your circles a little smaller, and also slow it down through that range of motion. The clicking usually will go away with more regular, frequent practice as your body balances all the ligaments around that joint. And rest. Bring your feet flat on the ground. Take a deep breath here. Let's do a 1 square breath. So exhale everything out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Inhale, and return back to your regular breathing cycle. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, you know what we missed was the figure 4. So figure 4 on the left, since we've warmed it up. Bring that into the chest. I thought we missed something. And explore some left and right movement in your figure 4. Maybe releasing the figure 4 and then bring yourself back in. And we've talked about overstretching in class. Go to the point where it just feels like there's like a meaty muscle stretching feel and not a tight ligament stretch kind of feel. It's a different feeling. Like this is soft muscle stretching, and really cranking down on it, that's usually stretching the ligaments, which we don't want to do. We want to relax our muscles. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let's do a little bit of Pilates core. So my arms reach overhead. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, roll yourself up. Straight back, inhale. Exhale, arms in front, and slowly roll down. 3 more just like that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, arms reach forward and slowly roll down with a C curve in your back. 2 more. Engage your arms, open the chest. Fingertips reach forward to counterbalance or curve. Last one, inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, continue the motion. And slowly roll back down. All right. Bring your feet close to your bum so that almost where you can tickle it, or that's the intention. Tickle your heels with your fingertips. We're going to hold bridge for a little bit and do the square breath with it as well. I'm probably not going to cue the whole breath, but we'll see how I feel. All right, slowly roll, tuck your pelvis, roll up, push up into a bridge. And it's up to you today. If you want to do a half bridge where your shoulders are still on the mat, or a full bridge where you bring your shoulders up off of the mat, I would just say if you're doing full bridge, to make sure you don't flare your ribs out, keep your ribs tucked and your torso is still in one straight line. I hope that's what it looks like in the video. I'm going to do the half because I had the sciatic pain. The more gentle version. All right, hold. If you feel like you need more support during your bridge pose, you can try, I'll try different cues, but keep holding and breathe. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Continue, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Exhale, and hold. Stay up in your bridge. If you're looking for a little more support, keep breathing. Breathe, but listen to me. You can grab the edges of your mat and give yourself a little pull. Wherever you are in your breath, try to stay with it. All right. As you start to feel other muscles fatiguing, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up a little bit more. Your glutes are so strong, such a big powerhouse of energy and vitality. We're here to support you, and we're here to reactivate them so that they can help us as you guys go into rehearsals and dance and get ready for Halloween. Hold. Okay, if you're starting to feel a little fatigued and you need something else, squeeze your knees a little bit closer. That might make it harder or easier, but it's definitely a different position. Inhale. Go back to your normal breath. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale and release, roll all the way back down. Bring one knee to your chest. Bring the other knee to your chest. And let's do a little bit of knee circles. Massage out the sacrum and the low back. Let's do a little happy baby pose. So when I do happy baby, I'm trying to keep my low back on the floor. Some people have their low back curled up. I'm going to have my sacrum on the floor. And that usually means that I can't grab my feet easily. So I'll grab my ankles or my knees. And you can even bend your feet, your knees more. And rock out your happy baby. Stay where you're at, keep going. All right, knees to your chest. Rock and roll all the way up to a seat. Let's do 5 of these. 3, 4, and 5. Cross your legs and come onto your bellies. I'm going to work the back body. Arms extended in front of you. My palms are facing, thumbs are facing up. Okay, resting my forehead on the mat. Right arm lifts, hold, and lower. Left arm lifts, hold, and lower. Let's do both. Keeping the head still rooted on the mat. All right. Now my arms are in an I shape or a straight line. Bring them out to a Y or a V shape. Okay, thumbs are still pointed up. So lift the right arm, hold, and lower. Lift the left arm, hold. Feel your lats engaging, feel all the muscles around the scapula or your shoulder blade activating. Breathe and lower. And then get ready, do both. Lift, hold, you got this. Feel the burn, and lower back down. All right, we're gonna take this to a T shape. My palms are facing down to keep a natural rotation in the shoulders. Lifting the right arm. If you want to try this square breath here, you're welcome to. It's good to practice it in different positions so your body learns how to apply relaxation while still efforting. I like that verb. It's probably not a real verb. And inhale, lift the left arm up. And now take a breath. On your next inhale, lift both arms up. We're still in the T shape. You might have guessed where we're going. Release both hands. Now I'm bringing my arms by the side. Lifting the right arm. Thumbs are pointing down. Or you can have your palms down towards the mat. Just the right arm. My left one wanted to come up there for a second. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Switch to the other side, lift. We're no longer doing the yoga practice. This is more Pilates approach. And lower. Okay, shake out the arms a little bit. Sometimes my triceps will cramp. And getting ready. Inhale, lift. Keep your neck relaxed. If you feel pain in your neck, lower your arms a little. We're trying to strengthen the rotator cuff muscles without compromising our other muscles in the neck. All right, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, bring your hands under your shoulders. And now you can lift your head and neck and your chest. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. And hold. One more. Hold. And hold. Lifting from the mid-back. And relax all the way down. You can push back into a child's pose or a puppy dog pose. Puppy pose is butt is in the air, but the chest, or at least we're trying to direct the chest towards the mat, and it helps us open up the armpits. Still breathing. You guys are doing great. All right, let's thread the needle. So come to all fours. Bring your right arm, reach up for the sky. And thread the arm through, but hover 1 inch off the mat. 2 more. Open, inhale. Exhale, hover. Thread the needle with 1 inch off the floor. Inhale, 1 more reach. And this time you can rest your needle down onto the floor. Hopefully you can see me, but I'm extending my left arm out, away from me. That's one variation. Another variation is to bring the left arm behind your back and opening the left shoulder a little bit more. Today I feel like reaching forward. And you can watch the video and judge my form. Are my hips level? Am I doing something weird and off balance? Or are my hips pretty level? We'll see when I watch the video again. And inhale, bring your left hand under your left shoulder, unwind. See if that feels any more open. And then plant your hands, shift weight onto the right hand. Left arm reaches up and thread it through, hover 1 inch off the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach. This time you can rest your shoulder, left shoulder onto the mat. Remember our variations. Right hand can reach forward, or right hand can come onto the back. So now I can check my hip position. So pretty good, pretty square. Hopefully you have a mirror in whatever room you're practicing in. Inhale, place your right hand under your shoulder and reach. Twist, twist, twist. All right. Okay. Let's check the time here. 32-minute practice with some pauses for breath work. So let us go back onto our bellies. We're going to work our way into a double rocking horse. But first, I'm going to bring my forearm parallel to the short edge of the mat to prop myself up. And then right hand reaches back to whatever. You can grab your pants, you can grab your ankle. If you have it in you, I am flexible from 3 days of yoga. So I've got the top of my foot in the crook of my elbow, but meet yourself wherever you are today. It could be here. The resting arm is actually quite active. Instead of dumping into it, I'm pushing up to give myself that room, the lift in the torso so I can reach my leg. It's also working the lats and the rotator cuff muscles in the left shoulder. Ready for the next side? Okay, release the right leg. Bring the right arm in front of you, forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Activate the forearm, so you can think about pulling the forearm towards you in order to get a lift in the torso, and then reach back, whatever you can get your hands on. But remember the difference between stretching your muscles and stretching your ligaments. We don't want to stretch ligaments. Ligaments are designed to be really tough so that they can hold your joints in position. Ligaments like your ACL, MCL, LCL, these ligaments hold your knee joint in place, so you don't want to be cranking through them. But you do want to stretch quads. Still breathing. your body relax. Let gravity help you pull your foot a little bit closer, only to what's comfortable for you. And exhale, release. Bring your arms parallel, forearms parallel. From here, pull your elbows towards your belly button. Sphinx pose. And very gently, you can look right and back to center. And you can look left and back to center. Great. Head rests onto your hands. I make a little triangle shape with my hands. Right leg lifts. Place it back down. Left leg lifts. Place it back down. Now squeeze. Either you can squeeze your ankles together or you can have your legs a little bit wide. Whatever feels comfortable. Wider is better for your low back. So lift both legs. We're going to hold this a little bit. If you feel it in your low back, come out of your lift a little bit and then re-engage and try to think about your hamstrings and your glutes, mostly your glutes, doing the work here, not your low back. 3, 2, 1. Relax all the way down. 2 more times. Lift. And if it's not in your practice today to do 2 more times, then rest with your forehead on the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if your legs were wide for the last 2, try the last one with your feet together. Inhale, head is resting and relax. Lift, legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Push back into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees are wide, toes are touching, and then sit back comfortably into child's pose and stay where you're at. All right. We're in the home stretch. Feel free at this point to do whatever stretches you still want to do. I would recommend adding in maybe a sleeping pigeon. We did figure 4, but you can still do sleeping pigeon. All right, and then set yourself up. Hopefully you have a space near a wall. We'll be doing legs up the wall pose. So hopefully my bookshelf can handle my weight. So scoot your butt really close to whatever you're going to be resting on. And rest your legs on the wall. Oh good, you can still see me. And here we're just letting blood and lymph come down with gravity down the legs. And we're going to try a third type of breathing technique. We had Robin's pose, remember? Open the arms and then back to prayer pose. Remember that? We also did square breathing. The third one, this is new for me, is some kind of a pulse breath. So take 2 fingers of your right hand and in the crook of right below your left thumb is where you should feel your pulse. And just get really comfortable here holding rest your arms. They don't need to be up in the air. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Breathe in for 3 pulses. Hold for 6 pulses. Breathe out for 3 pulses and then hold for 6. So it's like square breathing, but you're timing it with your pulse. Maybe this will be better because we don't have to, well, I still have to count, but your heart is setting the rhythm. So let's try. Inhale 3 counts of your pulse. Exhale. Oh, hold for 6 counts. Exhale for 3 counts. And hold for 6. If you're anything like me, your pulse is a little high right now. A little fast. So these are like really short breaths. So let's try it though anyways. So if you have time in your schedule, stay in legs up the wall pose for maybe another 3 to 5 minutes to fully enjoy all the reversal of gravity. They say this is really good for varicose veins in the legs. I don't know if there's a scientific study that proves that, but it's kind of an interesting theory. And keep trying your breath. And let me know what you think about these 3 breathing techniques. I like this pulse one because I can even feel my heart rate speeding up and slowing down. The heart naturally speeds up when you exhale because it's getting compressed in the rib cage. And then naturally slows down when you inhale because there's more space. So it's just kind of fun to feel that. All right, I'm gonna stop the video and you guys stay in your legs up the wall Shavasana. Namaste class.